Hey, what's up, you guys? Bringing another action figure review to you, and I'm happy to bring this review because this is a figure. Um, Surprisingly, I was very adamant about getting, and I will get into why. Now, this is a very obscure character. This is Frogman, so this is a deep cut for deep sweaties, deep comic book nerds. I won't classify myself as a deep comic book nerd because there's a lot of things about comic books that I don't know. Now I know enough. Like I'm pretty good with my comic book knowledge, but I'm not like deep. But I will say this: once I saw that Hasbro was making this figure, I was very happy that they did because I knew I was going to get him. And the reason for that is because not too long ago, I've been going back and reading some old comics like Spider-Man and Daredevil, Fantastic Four, etc., etc. And in Daredevil, I saw this character introduced for the first time. Now, I believe he was introduced in Daredevil. Would I swear to that? No, because I don't want to be wrong. But I will say this. I will say that this is the first appearance I saw him in. Was the Daredevil comic, and I don't remember his name. So yeah, I don't remember who he is behind the mask. But let's get into this figure because he's really good. He's really good. Now look at this. You can see the white eyes in there. You can see the shape of a human being in there because there is a man in this costume. And this ridiculous costume, as ridiculous as it is, this is a ridiculous, obscure character, but it works. It just works on every level, especially for hardcore comic book fans. So let's take a good look at him. So this is really cool. This is, see, this is when Hasbro does things right. This is when they get points, when they do things that's correct. These little springboard, what you call it, these little springs at the bottom of his feet is what helps him to bounce in the comic books. So that's very comic book accurate. And Hasbro didn't even have to include that, but they did. See, Hasbro really, when they really put an effort in, they really do. And it shows. And the detail in his costume is great. The little designs that he has, his belt. I do have a pet peeve about the belt. His little underoos here. You see the little wrinkles. His little funny backpack he got on here. And I really like the head sculpt. I like the head sculpt a lot. I think the head sculpt was pretty good. And I like how you can see that there's a man underneath there. Got the frog eyes on the top. Got his head at the bottom. And got his, yeah, but like I said, his feet. Got the designs in the back. You got the designs throughout his arm, his chest, his belly. Now, the thing with this is you can disconnect it, but you can't take it off. But when you reconnect it, the belt is going to stay in this position. It's going to stay raised. You could try to pull it down, but it's just going to shoot back up. So I would like the belt to be down here at least. Like I would like the belt to, I can't even really get it down there, but I would like the belt to be down there. And it can't do that, which is disappointing. And the way how Hasbro made the figure where it plugs in like that, it pulls the belt up. Now they're using the Dr. Octavius body for this figure, which is obvious for those of you that don't know. So yeah, so you see him with his fisted hands. This is what he comes with, his fisted hands, and he comes with open hands. At first, I thought they were trigger finger hands, but they're not. Because I tried to fit guns in these hands, and I have a lot of guns, toy guns, that is, for my figures. But none of the guns fit in his hand. So it's kind of like a weird open grabby hand. I think he did use a gun in the Daredevil comic that I read, if I remember correctly. But so that's his only accessories. The two different hands, the fisted hand and the open hands. All right, so let's get into Frogman's articulation. So, starting at the top, his head goes to the left and to the right. It can go all the way around. He can't look up. I guess the way this is made, He can't look up, but he can look down about that much. He does have some attitude. His arms can go out about there. Full 360 rotation, upper bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, full 360 wrist and hinge rotation. He doesn't have any butterfly joint, no butterfly joint. He does have an upper ball peg in the upper torso, so you can work with that as you please. He also has full 360 rotation in the waist. He can do full splits, which is nice. He does have an upper thigh cut, double jointed knees. He does have rotation and hinges up, hinges down, and ankle pivots. So articulation is very good for Mr. Frogman. I'm very happy to report that articulation is good for Mr. Frogman. So, Mr. Frogman is a little taller than Spidey. Well, I do have Spider-Man hunching a little bit. Maybe I should fix that. Okay, I fixed Spidey because I had him hunching. So there, he may be a little slightly taller than Spidey. I guess around the eyes. He might be an inch or so, a little slightly taller than Peter Parker, Spider-Man. Yeah, he is standing next to Daredevil, and I guess they are about the same height. And I love this. I love adding this in my Daredevil collection. I just love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So, all right. So for fun, I'm gonna pop a couple of heads on here because you can do that. You can take his frog head off, and pop another head on there. You can do that. So I pop Bucky's head on here, and I place Killmonger. I mean, you can swap almost any head on here that you want, I guess. Bruce Banner, or you can just go all out and have it be the Chameleon. Now, I don't remember the guys. I don't remember Frogman's real name. I don't remember his secret identity under the Frogman suit. When I read the comic, they said his name, they said who he was, but I can't remember. So I'm just spitballing here, and I'm just having fun swapping out the heads. So that is an option. So my final thoughts on this figure, I say that this figure is worth a pickup, definitely. The sculpting, the details are excellent. This is a great figure. If you don't really care about this obscure character, then you can skip out on it. If you don't really care about, a character that probably most people don't know about. Like I said, the only reason I know about him was because I went back and read some old comics of Daredevil, saw him pop up in there. Then when I saw that Hasbro was releasing this figure, I was all in. So I love this figure a lot, and I'm very glad that I got him. I'm very happy that I got him. This is an excellent figure. The sculpting is great. The articulation is great. The only minus I can give it is the belt. That's about it. Is the belt. But besides that, this is an excellent figure, and you should pick him up if you're interested. So that's my review, guys, of the Marvel Legends Frogman. Till next time, see ya.